Hey everybody, welcome to the JLash Show. My name is Lasher, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 47 of the JLash Show. So today we are talking about the Philadelphia Phillies and what they need for a deep playoff run. So let's start with that. So number one is definitely starting pitching has to lead the way. Aaron Nola, although he has been bad, is starting to clean it up this season. So he has an ERA over 5, which is not great, and that definitely needs to improve for the postseason. He's got plenty of opportunities to clean it up. He's still got time, definitely. He's got the rest of this season to fix it up. So I definitely think that he can do that. Christopher Sanchez is definitely one of the best on the Philadelphia Phillies. He has set records on there, so that has done very, very well for him. Zach Wheeler has also done pretty good, so we don't really have to worry about that. And Jesus Luzardo might be proving himself as a reliable pitcher in the postseason. So the starting pitcher rotation for the Philadelphia Phillies during the postseason shouldn't be too terribly bad. You kind of just have to watch out and make sure all these players are healthy and that they're pitching good. Like, that's really all that matters. What I'm more worried about is Aaron Nola getting a little sloppy as time goes on, because I feel like we're just playing. I feel like he's just smooth right now, but then it's just going to go back to the rough that he has been in, and that's really what I'm worried about. A few months away from the postseason, I don't really want that happening with Aaron Nola. I'm not really worried about Christopher Sanchez. He's pretty young. Jesus Luzardo's pretty young. So those two, I think, will definitely dominate the postseason. That's really nothing to worry about with them. They both have ERAs under 3, I believe. So I definitely think that they will do very well. I believe that Christopher Sanchez, being one of the younger ones, is definitely going to do very well because he's going to last longer than probably the older guys, in my opinion. But the older guys have veteran experience in the postseason, so that's kind of another good thing. Number 2 is the bullpen must hold up. I'm very worried about the bullpen. That's really my main cause for concern, and we'll get to the offense in a little bit. But my main cause for concern is the bullpen right now, because they are notoriously known for blowing up games, and that's especially with bad teams too. Like, bad teams, if bad teams can touch our bullpen, that's how you know that our bullpen is just not doing very well. That's really what I'm worried about. I looked it up. They had like a 12. I think they were the 12th worst, which that's kind of unbelievable to me. I want to see how some of these other bullpens fare if they're younger, but I definitely think that we have one of the worst bullpens easily in the MLB with blowing games. Like, we have like a 4.12 ERA like average in the bullpen. I think it's higher than that. I definitely think it's higher than that. But Joan Duran, he's definitely good for He's definitely good for slamming the doors on the other team. He's very good at that. So that I'm not very worried about him. It's just I'm worried about like all the other pitchers that aren't like super reliable. Jonathan Bolin, I'm a little less concerned about. But some of these other pitchers, I just feel like that they are a little bit like definitely a cause for concern, in my opinion. We'll have to kind of keep an eye out for that as time goes on, but we got to really work on that, especially with the trade deadline going in to the postseason. Like, we got to make some good moves. Like, we haven't really been notoriously known for making good moves at the trade deadline. Besides getting Luis Arraez, we should have made more moves in the bullpen to get a better bullpen, but we just didn't. So that's what we need to focus on and trade and everything before the trade deadline hits, and that's really all there needs to be. Number 3 is that Bryce Harper needs to be the superstar, and I totally think that he could, because during that, I think it was game 6 of the NLCS against the Padres, he hit that go-ahead home run, and that was insane. So he definitely has postseason experience. He's a World Series champion with the Nationals, and I totally think that if he can set the tone, and if he can just hit the ball and if he can just drive in runs, that's really what we need, and that's kind of the issue that we just sometimes have, is that we have issues with driving in runs sometimes. Sometimes the bats go cold, and that's really what we don't want, because if the bats go cold, we are legitimately screwed. I mean, there's no doubt about it, because I feel like that the bats kind of correspond with the pitching. So the pitching also needs to do good. If they don't do good, then the batting just doesn't do good. So it's kind of like in between, back and forth. You know what I mean? Um, but that's what we need. Bryce Harper needs to kind of set the pack. He's back in the outfield, so I'm very happy about that, and I think that he is going to be doing pretty good in the outfield. Now that Luis Arraez is here, and I'll talk about him in a little bit. But we just need Bryce Harper, since he's the ultimate person in this on this team that is very experienced in the playoffs. I totally think that he definitely needs to lead the pack. So I think that he has enough veteran experience in the playoffs, especially because he is a World Series champion. So that's just kind of my take on it, that he should lead the pack. But yeah, now let's move on to number 4, Kyle Schwarber's power. We need a lot of Kyle Schwarber power in here. I'm not talking about singles. I'm not talking about doubles. That would be great. I'm talking about the home runs that drive in the most score for this game. So if we have people on base and Schwarber comes up to the plate, I would love if he could hit a home run. I don't really like a double, like a single or double would be awesome, but a home run, especially with his power, like he has a lot of muscle and can definitely hit it. He can definitely club it pretty far. I think that he can definitely I think that it's definitely underestimated how far he can hit. That he can definitely hit it out of the field, which would be awesome. So I think that if with his power and Bryce Harper's veteran experience with the World Series, I think that we can definitely rely on those two to kind of carry the team. I'm not saying to carry the team, but I'm talking about, let's see. I mean, you just got to know. You just got to know that this team's still a little bit old. It's on the older side, so we're looking for some younger players. Another thing, number 5, is Trey Turner setting the tone. And he is I totally think that he is one of the better shortstops that we have had on this team. He has the speed. He has everything that we need. Like, the speed is the thing that matters to us, because if he wants to go and steal a base, it totally matters in a close game like that. It really, really does matter. Because if he's on second, and you're down by 1, he's definitely going to try and go. He's going to probably try and steal. If there's no outs or 1 out left, like, you kind of got to, you got to go for it. You kind of got to raw dog it. You know what I mean? But if you can get him on base, then he would be a perfect player to kind of definitely do very well. I definitely think that he will do very well in the postseason. Number 6 is the offense needs consistency, and I totally think that we do need consistency, and we have actually been doing better on that since we got Luis Arraez. So now we're on to the offense part. We have done much better on offense, and that's pretty much actually what has won us the game. Actually, I'm very, very happy with the offense winning the I'm happy with the offense kind of winning the game for us. I think we came back. We won pretty. We actually won. Not by a good amount, but we won, and we came back. It was a come behind win, which I was very happy about. So that's just something that we got to look forward to. The offense might just be pushing back, and I'm just that's what I would be proud about. Like, I want to see them win. And that's what we're seeing with the these guys here, especially with Alec Boehm and all those people. Like, we're doing very well. So yeah, I'm very happy with the offense, and that has definitely been winning games for us. I'm very, very happy about that. So I'm just looking forward to kind of seeing how the offense pans out and all that stuff, and that is going to lead us to our number 8 thing. It is definitely going to matter. The wild card race definitely matters. We're at 69 and 58, so we are, I think, one and a half games. Well, we're in the playoffs by like 1.5 games. Like we're barely in the playoffs. So this definitely matters. So we just have to win. That's really all that matters. Just do the best that you can and just get it over with. Like I'm not saying to try and do all this other stuff. Just win in the wild card and then just kind of move it on. It's play it by game. Just play it by game. I promise you, you're gonna be thankful later when it comes to that. So yeah, that's about it. Now to take you to the JLash Show weather report and talk about more Phillies when we come back from talking with Connor Brennan. Hey everybody, welcome to the JLash Show Weather Center. I'm your chief meteorologist, Lasher, and it is a hot and humid day. That is why I'm inside. It is almost too hot to be outside. It is miserable. I had to do some hills for cross country today, and that was very hot, but I otherwise got it done. So, otherwise tomorrow, the weather outlook for tomorrow is there's going to be some storms tomorrow. I know that later in the day there's going to be a line of storms that probably come through around 6 o'clock. But otherwise, it's going to be very nice and sunny right around here. Just beware for some drizzles, showers, and some cloud cover because that's what we usually get around this time of year. But otherwise, that is pretty much about it. So just be safe, be weather aware, and I'll let you know every step of the way for tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny for tomorrow to begin with, and then it's supposed to get more unstable as the time comes. So that's something that you just have to be watching out for. So yeah, that's about it, and have a good day, JLash Nation. Hello, Connor. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you, JLash?
Doing well. How are you feeling about the Phillies and a deep playoff run right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling mixed about it. I mean, the bullpen is a big issue, I think.
Yeah, that's
right now.
a huge issue. That is a huge issue.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it for like a week or so. It goes back to like the Blue Jays series, I think. That was where it really started, I think. Because
I feel like that they just blow games constantly, and like I don't know if it's because of just like lack of professionalism or they don't know what they're doing, but like they gotta fix it up. Like they can't just be blowing games. Like I don't really know. The starting pitching is a pretty good lineup with Christopher Sanchez, Zach Wheeler, Jesus Cesaro. All those guys are very good. And then you got the bullpen coming in to try and save the game. Besides Jahan Duran, they aren't really doing anything. Like that's kind of a little bit that's kind of a key of how it looks like.
yeah,
So
I think our starting pitching is really good. Um, Besides maybe Andrew Painter, I mean, he's had a couple of rough last starts. I mean, I believe he's changed his changeup, is like the way he grips the ball with his changeup. I know he's changed that, but still, he's not that consistent. But everybody else I've been enjoying watching starting pitching wise. It's been going pretty well.
no, yeah, it's been very good. But what are your points of a deep playoff run for the Philadelphia Phillies?
A deep playoff run for the Phillies. I mean, the last two series, we going back to the Field of Dreams game where this all's like, I feel like they're starting to turn it on now, because now they're being able to bounce back from being down,
Yeah, like
in games, and I mean the offense really in the Blue Jay series and the Cardinals series was not great at all.
no,
It
no,
was
really,
not good.
it was not. No,
No, it was not that good at all. But since this Twin series back at the Field of Dreams game, I mean, they've just been able to turn it on the offense.
no,
The starting pitching's been excellent, and it's just the bullpen, honestly. I think
no, that's really the only problem. That's really the only problem because the thing is with the offense is they once they got Luis Araz, they just kind of been able to crank it up. But there's another problem with the offense that's just consistency. They're not very consistent on the offense, which is definitely a little bit of a concern. But I also saw that Nestor Cortez was signed to the Phillies literally just like an hour ago, like
Yeah,
not long,
yeah, yeah.
not long ago. So that adds some more depth into the starting pitcher. So that I'm more than happy about that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you have good depth, you got good power, you have good. I mean, you have especially on the offense, you got good speed with Bryson Stott and Trey Turner. Like they are the two speed people on the Phillies offense, and that's kind of what makes it good, especially with Kyle Schwarber's powerful hitting, which has generated him like 33 home runs so far this season. Like he's done
Mm-hmm.
very well, and I probably wouldn't change much of what's going on here. Besides maybe the bullpen, they need to make some moves in the bullpen, but they're doing very good offensively, and I really wouldn't change anything there.
Yeah, with the Nezar Cortez signing, which I thought was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about it earlier today that they were interested in signing him, and then eventually signing him today, just about an hour ago. I think that's really interesting because there's multiple ways that you can do that. You can do the six-man rotation,
Mm-hmm.
um, or you move Painter, or you put Cortez in the bullpen for multi-inning relief, which I think would be a good move
Good move
in
to
my
kind of start him off and to kind of give the bullpen a little bit more
a little bit,
spice.
yeah, a little bit more help in the bullpen. I feel like to give them more innings and not to use them as much the bullpen because I feel like they're getting a little run down.
No, they are using the bull. I think they're relying on the bullpen for late games, and if the starting pitcher is doing well, not letting off the gas, they should definitely not take the person out of the game. They shouldn't be taking him out probably till the seventh inning or sixth or seventh inning. Um, I do because the bullpen here is it's just terrible. Like our bullpen's terrible. I
Yeah,
mean, I think all Philly fans can agree on that we probably have one of the worst bullpens probably in the MLB easily.
yeah, yeah. I would. Um, I mean, there's. I mean, I like Duran. Duran's been good. Sometimes he'll have like those occasional walk innings where, okay, we're nervous on the edge of our seats if he's gonna, close this game out. Otherwise, I think he's reliable in the pen for playoff push. I think Bowen's good. Bowen's been excellent all year. He
Yeah,
did have
he's
a rough start. Was it Monday night? I think it was Monday night. Monday night he had a rough outing, but otherwise he's been fine. I've been liking Brooks Rarely, but I'm hoping that Brooks Rarely can be like a seventh inning guy.
no, yeah,
Um,
that would probably suit him most.
yeah, I with that sixth inning, it's really tough because you can put Kirkring, which I don't mind. I mean, Kirkring is occasionally bad in the playoffs,
He's no, that was prevalent last year.
but I don't really want to put Alvarado out there. I feel like Alvarado is, I don't know what's going on.
No,
It's
don't
really sad to
no,
see. But
no.
yeah, he's been
He's
doing.
having a pretty bad fall off right now.
Yeah, he's having a really big fall off. So it's um I wouldn't even put him out there for the six. I feel like if we had to put somebody out there for the six, I'd put Kirkring, maybe McFarland. Give the rookie a shot. But he's been doing all right, the rookie. He's gotta get comfortable.
Yeah,
These last 2 months, just get him comfortable. If he's well enough, I'd put him in that sixth inning.
yeah.
Him or Kirkring, in my opinion.
I think that would be a pretty good move. I think Kerkering, besides the good and the bad, I mean, he was better than last year when he gave up that Diamondbacks. Like, when was that? That
The
was and
Dodgers.
or yeah, well he gave up. I forget what game it was, but like he gave up. I mean, he led to the loss of the game. That's really all I remember.
Mm, yeah,
Remember that?
yeah. Well, actually, there's been two. So the Diamondback series back in 2023, NLCS. I believe it was Game 4, maybe. I'm gonna say Game 4 or Game 3. I don't remember which game, off the top of my head. And then the Dodgers last year, which with that overhead throw, which was in my
Oh yeah.
opinion.
Oh, was it the
Yeah.
Dodgers? I thought it was the Diamondbacks. Was it the
I mean,
Dodgers?
there was two. There was two. There was the NLCS
Yeah.
Diamondback series, and then that one. So he's had a couple of rough outings in the postseason.
Yeah.
Definitely diminishes his confidence.
Yeah, I was thinking of the overhand throw, which
Yeah.
I thought that was the Diamondbacks, but no, that was probably the Dodgers. Now thinking about it,
Hmm.
I kind of just put that out of the way because that was terrible. That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I
He's
agree.
I think he should have thrown to home, but he threw to like I think first instead, right?
It. I think it was like a. I don't even know what it was. It was like a check the first. It was like a check. Like he grabs the ball, he checks the throw the first, and then he throws it home. Which I don't know.
Yeah, no,
It was terrible. I don't even want to remember it.
no, that was no, that
Terrible
was
moment.
that's a terrible game to remember. I gotta say that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the game I'm thinking of because I remember him. I think he did throw to first if I'm remembering it right. He might have actually thrown to first and then got the person out. But I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm remembering it right, I barely remember. But like, I think he
Yeah.
either it was either delayed or he threw to first.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a moment to forget, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
you know,
I totally, I totally forget too.
yeah. So with this playoff push, though, I feel, like I said, I feel like the offense is starting to turn it on. We have the highest on pace percentage right now in the month of August, going back to August 1st. Right now, I think it's 369 right now, and we have the highest OPS,
That's
on pace percentage. Uh,
that's yeah.
so that's
No,
great.
we're cranking it up, but the thing is, when they crank it up, they usually have like a downfall at some point, and then
Yeah,
that kind of goes along with the consistency of when they're good for a long period of time, they're usually bad for a long period of time. That's kind of I feel like how it works.
yeah.
Um,
Um, And
but
then with the rest of the schedule remaining too, I mean, this month's not too bad. I mean, we got the Marlins right now. We got the Cardinals. But when we get into September, I mean, we have to play some really good teams, and that's where it's going to
that's
be the challenge for the Phillies.
now
Can
that's
they can they win games where it matters
now
to
that's
make the postseason? That's what I'm like wanting to see when we get to September. But right now, it's fine. We're facing the Marlins, which the Marlins are fine,
yeah,
good at
they're
best.
better than usual this year.
They're better than usual this year. I'm very surprised.
Yeah,
Uh,
I expected them to be pretty bad, but I think they're like 64 and something.
yeah, they've
Like
brought up a lot of good They always are very good at prospects. They always have good prospects that they bring up and they do well.
that
It's
I
yeah,
that's yes, they probably have a younger team. Huh.
they're a very young team, but young teams usually don't do well in the postseason.
So
That's usually how it
that's
goes.
that I really hope I really hope so. We need us Phillies fans need a World Series champion this year.
I
A World
agree.
Series.
I think it's a win or bust year for the Phillies. If you
No, if they
don't
don't
win this year,
um
uh,
they I don't know
well,
if they're
who knows what's going to happen next year with the lockout
yeah,
possibly happening.
yeah, no, that's also kind of something to look at. Also, something to keep in consideration is what is going to happen next year if they don't win. Like, what kind of moves are they gonna make?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you like Harper? Harper's
Because
time is like Harper's time is running out basically,
yeah,
and it's. I'm saying
that's
if we don't win this year,
that's
it
scary.
it's probably going to be a sell year. In my opinion, I think we're selling.
No, no. I mean, we gotta. I mean, we gotta sell if we lose because I mean this is definitely our time. Like we got Bryce Harper, but we should have won way back when in 2022 when he was pretty much like in his prime at that point. Like I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it sucks to see his 13-year contract start. I mean, he's got like 4 years left now.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
mean, it will go down one of the biggest one of the best contracts ever given by the Phillies and probably in baseball altogether. I mean, that home run in the 2022 NLCS Game 5,
that was
that's like
awesome.
worth every single penny.
No, that is worth every single penny. I mean, if we won the World Series too, that would have been even better. But I mean, I feel like the Astros cheated again somehow. But that's
Yeah, yeah. I maybe. You never
uh,
know.
yeah. I mean, there's really no evidence to say that they did cheat, but I feel like that they did somehow because I know how they are at this point, but I mean, we were again a team that just was in the playoffs, not expected to make it to the World Series. Would have been nice to see if they won the World Series, but yeah, Houston was in their way. I mean, I think we won like 2 or 3 games there, in the World Series matchup
Mm,
against Houston.
yeah, two games in the World Series. Yep,
Oh, okay. Um, was was one home and one away.
correct.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
that is correct.
And then the
Yeah, Game 1 with the walk off. Well, not extra inning home run from Ramiro. In the top of the 10th. Sorry.
yeah,
Uh,
that's
and
yeah,
then Game 3, I believe, with Lance McCullers on the mound. Apparently, he was tipping his pitches. I think he was. Harper saw something, told Bohm, and then Bohm hit a home run. So it looks like he was tipping his pitches.
yeah. No, I feel like that. I mean, I feel like there's like a little bit of a code hidden in there, and Bryce Harper knew it. And then like, he knew the code, and he knew like the orders that the pitches were in, and then and then he told Bohm, and that was like, and then he just hit. I remember that home run to this day. That it's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they kind of have to keep looking forward to. Just try and figure out the pitchers the best you can.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. It's going to be an interesting stretch down the line. With the postseason, I think we make it in as a wild card team. And I believe it was on ESPN. Somebody said on ESPN that if we make it into the wild card, we're probably one of the dangerous teams in the wild card because of our starting pitching.
No, the
Which
starting
I
pitching is
agree.
tough to get around with. Our starting pitching is tough to get around, definitely.
Yeah, you have Sanchez, Wheeler, Luzardo. Noah's been doing better in his last few starts. I'm not gonna lie, he's
Oh
been
yeah,
doing really well.
he's cleaned it up,
He's cleaned
definitely.
up his stuff. I'm impressed. It's been good so far. These last couple starts from him.
So
Um,
hopefully he just keeps it that way. That's what
yeah,
I'm hoping.
I agree. So yeah, if we get into the wild card position, I think we make it past the wild card. It's NLDS. If it's the Dodgers, I don't know what's gonna happen. It could go the same as last year, which I would not like, but I don't know. I feel like if this team turns it on, it turns it on. You know,
But yeah, yeah.
you got to get hot. You got to get hot in October. That's
No,
really you got to get hot near the end of September going into October. That's really the best time, in
that
in my opinion.
yeah. And so the best things the deep playoff aspect. I mean, we gotta focus on the starting pitching definitely has to lead the way. Bryce
Hmm.
Harper needs to be a superstar. Kyle Schwarber needs to use his power to hit home runs. Um, we gotta focus on Trey Turner setting the tone, and the offense just needs more consistency.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3 batters just need to come up with hits. They just need to come up with hits. They're paid for a reason, and they need to come up with the hits when they get it. I've
That's
been liking Stott this season so far. I mean,
eh,
he changed positions from second to third, possibly losing out on the Gold Glove at second base, possibly to move to third. That's to win a World Series. I mean, that's a pretty gutsy move from him
that's a
to
pretty
do that.
that's a pretty good move.
That's a pretty good move for him. Um, trying to win a World Series. That's what it's all about. So he's putting the team first over himself. So,
Yeah, that's
but he's been
always
doing really well in his batting percentage recently. He's been doing well. Bone's been hitting the ball pretty well these last 2 weeks. Um, yeah, our 1 through 6, I feel like is starting to like turn it on, which is really good.
no,
Really good sign.
that's good sign for the playoffs. Is definitely what it is. So
Yeah,
we just got to keep it on. We just got. I mean, that's the thing. Like we just got to keep it on. We can't stop.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm worried about is that they're gonna stop.
I hope not. Uh, like I said, the September games that we have in September with these top teams like the Rays, the Braves, Milwaukee, all these like good teams that we're gonna play. That's where I really want to see if this team can actually turn it on. Because if they can, I feel a little bit more confident going into the postseason with this team.
That would make me feel better. And um, the starting pitching, yes, it's one of the toughest ones to get around with our team. Um, is that the question is that their biggest strength though, or is it the offense that's their biggest strength?
I think the starting pitching is gonna probably be it's close, but I would say our starting pitching, our 1, 2, 3 is at. It's going to limit runs very well. Honestly, 1 for 4. Honestly, our 1 for 4 starters, to be honest, it's going to
Yeah,
be limiting runs. I mean, you got Noah who's been doing well. You have Lazardo who's been solid all year. You have Sanchez. I know he's had a couple of rough starts since the All Star break, but he's starting to get back into it. And then Wheeler, if Wheeler can start turning it on, and I mean, it's it's really exciting. But I think that's our starting pitching is probably our biggest strength, and then our hitting second because our hitting starting to turn it on too. As
yeah, that
long as
would
they're
be.
consistent going into the postseason, I'm okay with it. The bullpen is the only thing that scares me. Duran and Bowen and maybe Brooks Braley seem like the guys that I trust right now. Maybe somebody else turns it on. I don't know. With this Nezir
If
Cortez signing, I'm interested to seeing what
that
they're
would
gonna do with him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah, the thing is, I would probably put him in the bullpen just to kind of get him started. And once he graduates from the bullpen, I would definitely put him in as a starting pitcher, see what he
Yeah.
can do because we definitely could use another starting pitcher to kind of help us out. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
our starting pitcher lineup, like you said, is very very good. I mean, you got guys that are just. I mean, you're not throwing meatballs down the plate. You're throwing like fast pitches like that no one really can swing at, and that's kind of what the deal is, and that's what you definitely need.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be the bull. I'm very interested, like I said, in the Nezir Cortez thing. But with the postseason, I expect one of those starters, probably either Painter or Cortez, going to the bullpen. Maybe both of them, honestly, to go to the bullpen for the postseason, just to put them as guys for extra inning relief if we need it.
Oh yeah, that would be that would definitely would be awesome. And the key players are Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, and Brandon Marsh. Those are the four best people that I'm kind of looking forward to see how they play in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, and then with the September call-ups, I know the roster expands to 28. I know it's 26 right now, but it expands to 28. I know Cortez will be one of them. I don't know what the other move will be yet, but I don't know if it's going to be a bat, or it's going to be a pitcher of some sort. But it will be interesting to see that how that plays out. But I think the 26-man roster is probably set for the postseason with everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
yeah,
pretty accurate take. So I'm looking forward to see how they play overall.
yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see what happens, especially in September, but the postseason as well.
Hey,
This is probably one of the last big runs that we could probably make because I don't know. I don't see us going past the NLDS ever like after this year. Like this year is probably it, like to make a big run. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta kind of see how it goes, you know.
Yeah, and then I and then with the Alex Cora, I actually wanted to bring this up too.
Yeah.
The Alex Cora manager being possibly the next manager for the
Ooh,
Phillies. I heard about that. Bob Nightingale said it. Um,
ooh, I like that.
so I don't know. So it kind of puts the pressure on Don Mattingly. I I don't know why they would say it now. I thought they would wait until the off season to say that.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a shocking thing to hear. Um, I would definitely. I mean, I would like Don Mattingly as manager, but I just don't know if he has the credit to be manager.
mm,
I think he's more of a bench coach. But
mm.
but Alex Cora would be definitely a good manager for us.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, with the Alex Cora possibly being the manager next year for the Phillies, um, the potential of extending Dave Dombrowski is probably going to be happening, which I personally am not a fan of. I think Dave Dombrowski hasn't really done anything since maybe 2 years ago at most. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of
no,
his trade deadline deals have not been good. I mean, the
no,
deal with Arise was great. I think that was a great move. The bullpen moves, at best, with Caleb Killen on the IL right now, and then Brooks Bailey. I mean, he's starting to get into it, but he keeps. I mean, he had a good save last night with against the Marlins, but I don't know. Like these moves that I in the trade deadline have not been
they
the
haven't been
best.
very impressive.
No, I
So
think the
that's
best moves were probably back in 2022 when we made it to the World Series. I think those were the best moves that we
yeah,
possibly
it's
made.
yeah. I mean, we need to make better moves before we get into the postseason this year, just so we can make
I'm
sure we get there. Because that would be terrible if we missed it.
Yeah. I mean, when you say you want to go all in, you go all in. You go for the best person available. Tariq Stubble was on that list of people available, and the Phillies missed out on that.
Yeah,
They missed
we
out on
totally
it.
missed out again. Surprising, well, not surprisingly, but if we could have got him, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, now he's on the
Dodgers, which is
Dodgers, which we don't
I
want.
don't like that.
If the Dodgers win, it's going to be probably a lockout, in my opinion. I think that it's probably going to be a lockout
With,
if the Dodgers win
yeah,
because, and I know the players are not happy that there possibly is going to be a salary cap. I know they're not happy about it, but there
but
will
it
be
needs to
probably
happen
discussion. There's going to be yeah, it needs to happen because
because
it feels like it's the same teams every single year.
that are
It
making it
doesn't
in
feel
the
like
playoffs and doing all
yes,
that.
yes, it feels like the same teams making the playoffs. There's not any of the other teams that are getting that chance to be in the postseason.
Yeah,
It's kind of just repetition at this point, and I'm kind of getting sick of it.
me too.
Um, I would, with that salary cap, I think it makes more sense. It makes more sense. It gives other teams a chance to be in the postseason, and it makes it more fun for the fans. I think it would make it more fun for the fans. I don't know.
No, I think it would definitely. It
Yeah,
would just to see what happens.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense in my opinion, but that's not for me to
Yeah,
make that
that's
decision on that. It's for the
the
MLB to
leader.
decide that.
Yeah, the leaders of the MLB.
Leaders of the MLB have to decide that, but I don't know. With this after the postseason, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen.
And yeah, that would
Uh,
be
it's going to be interesting to see what happens behind the scenes. I'm actually really interested to see what
yeah.
goes down. If we're even going to have a season next year, is it going to be a shortened season? Will we start on time? I don't know that answer. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. I am very curious.
No, I'm also excited to see what happens this offseason.
Yeah, but I'm very excited for the Phillies. I think the Phillies will probably make the postseason as a wild card team. They will be very dangerous in the wild card. If anybody goes up against them, I think they're dangerous because we have a 1-2-3, which is amazing. And after that, it's pretty much just the bat's got to come alive and the pitching.
Yeah,
It all comes down to that.
it
If they
all
do
comes down to
that,
that.
it's a World Series championship, and then
Yeah, that would be a
it's
championship team in my opinion right there.
yeah, that's what we need to do.
Yes. So, have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Um, hmm, no, I don't think so. I think that's about it.
That's about it. Awesome. Well, it was good having you on the show today, Connor.
Thank you, JLash. I appreciate it.
Yes, anytime, anytime. You have a good day.
You too.
Thank you, Connor Brennan, for coming on the show for today. So now we're gonna finish discussing about the Philadelphia Phillies with Phillies key players, which is Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, and Brennan Marsh. They have done very well so far for our offense. So I'm very happy about how they turned out. Um, but Marsh has a he had a strong 2026 season and was selected as an NL All-Star starter, which is absolutely awesome. So he's got a good history in that. Trey Turner, he is a major contributor with the combination of hitting and speed. His hitting is very well. He does very well at hitting. Um, so that has done very well. With Kyle Schwarber, he is a big power hitter, known for hitting home runs a lot in a season, and he has I think 33 home runs as of right now. I don't know if that's updated, but I think that he has 33 home runs. But Bryce Harper is also he's the face of the franchise and has one of the Phillies' biggest offensive threats. He's very good on the offense. So I'm very happy to have him on the team. And the key pitchers is Christopher Sanchez, Zach Wheeler, and Jesus Luzardo. Christopher Sanchez is one of the most important pieces in the rotation because he recently picked up his league leading 16th win, which is absolutely amazing. So he has the most which is awesome. Most wins, which is awesome. Zach Wheeler, he is the Phillies veteran ace, so he's doing very well. And he is definitely a big part of the postseason because he has done very well in the postseason. So I'm not very scared about that. So now Jesus Luzardo is another important member of the rotation because he is a 2026 All-Star selection, and Johan Duran, the reliever, is a major late inning weapon who has become especially important for the bullpen. So and definitely some honorable mentions: Bryson Stott, Alec Boehm, and JT Realmuto, because JT is a veteran catcher and has important part of the team and pitching staff, so he's done very well. Alec Boehm is a key middle of the order bat who can be important when the lineup is definitely clicking. Bryson Stott is also most important defensively and offensively, and he also has some very good speed, just like Trey Turner, so he has done very well. Now moving on to the starting pitching. The starting pitching has definitely been the backbone of the team. So that's definitely it. Like there's not much more to it. And but they have had some recent inconsistencies where they just haven't been very good. So that's just what we kind of have to look forward to. And he's just got it, and we just also have to watch out for Zach Wheeler because his recent struggles have been noticeable, including a 5-run outing game against St. Louis and a rough second half. So that's something that we just have to watch out for, and that's something that we also have to kind of look out for. But we just need to look at what Andrew Painter does down the stretch. He just needs to be a little bit better. He needs to strike out more people. He's just kind of learning, so he's definitely doing very well. Not very well, but yeah. But can now moving on kind of to the bullpen is, can Orion Kirkering become a major playoff weapon? I can definitely see it. He's just gonna kind of take his time and just. I mean, he pretty much lost us the game last playoffs because he made a major mistake. I think it was against the Diamondbacks, and that's just something that we have to watch out for, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. But otherwise, I'm not very scared about it. So that's not too terribly bad. Now let's move on to the Phillies playoff status. So right now, I think they are sitting at the I think they're sitting at the number 5 seed right now. You have Braves at number 3, Cubs at number 4, Padres at 6. Number 1 goes to the Brewers, and number 2 goes to the Dodgers, which 1 and 2 have byes, and so we'll kind of see what happens. So looking at the Phillies being a number 5 seed, I can definitely see that. Right now, they just have to kind of keep playing. They kind of have to keep taking their time, and that's really all we can. I mean, that's really all we can hope for. I mean, that's not really anything. That's kind of out of our control. So let's just hope that they kind of keep doing it, and I hope that the coaching staff just keeps doing what they need to do, because they're definitely doing very well. So yeah, that's about it for JLash Show Season 2, Episode 47. Follow my social media platforms. I am on TikTok, Facebook, X, and Instagram, and I also have my own merch store. So go to my merch store on my website, thejlashtshow.com, and pick up some fresh looking merch. I just handed some stickers out today. So yeah, that is about it. Have a good day, JLash Show Nation.